Shooting happened around 2:30 this afternoon. In all, 13 people were shot and 10 were killed. 11 of the victims were black, 2 were white, and 4 of them were store employees. And in the last few hours, the suspect, identified as Peyton Gendron of Conklin, New York, was arraigned on first-degree murder charges. Tonight, Buffalo's mayor expressed the shock his city is feeling.
This is a community where people love each other. The shooter was not from this community. In fact, the shooter traveled hours from outside this community to perpetrate this crime on the people of Buffalo.
Now, law enforcement officials say this was a racially motivated shooting. And I lived in Buffalo for a little over a year and used to go to that Tops supermarket often. It is very much in a predominantly black neighborhood a few miles just north of the downtown area. Well, this shooting today may have had many of you wondering, what should you do if you find yourself in a similar situation? So 11 Alive's Don White joins us live in the studio with tips on what to do and what not to do. Don?
Pella, a national public safety expert, says first, don't try to overtake the shooter as you could get killed. Instead, try to find shelter or remove yourself from the situation.
Saturday's mass shooting in Buffalo has shocked many in metro Atlanta.
Well, it appeared that he was running away firing his weapon.
But on Thursday, it was an eerily familiar scene in a Stonecrest shopping center parking lot. Former DeKalb County Public Safety Director Dr. Cedric Alexander watched this surveillance video exclusively obtained by 11 Alive News.
Just the brazenness of it in broad daylight, the reckless display of the use of a firearm just should be totally unacceptable in any community.
Those who work in the shopping center responded to it in different ways.
I was going to try to get his license plate, but when I was walking in the street, he kind of pulled off real quick and made me jump on the curb.
I guess definitely being more vigilant, because I mean, what else can you do if something unexpected like that happens?
Alexander says whether it's a parking lot in metro Atlanta or Saturday's grocery store shooting in New York, you can take steps to keep yourself safe.
Anytime that you find yourself in one of these types of situations, is that make sure that you take cover first. Make sure that you find some safe space for yourself or whomever else you may be with.
Alexander says to find shelter or shelter in place where you are.
In situations like that, you have bullets that are flying, you have ricochet bullets that could easily injure or hurt someone in a very deadly way.
And what absolutely not to do.
No one should run towards it. That is not something anyone needs to do. You need to be running away from it, calling 911, notifying others.
And another tip is whenever you're in a public place, always pay attention to where the entrance and the exits are at.
And Don, you know, that's great advice for us, but what does Dr. Alexander say you should do to help law enforcement during a shooting in public?
Paula, in addition to calling 911, Alexander says try to record video on your cell phone, but only do that if you're sheltered in a safe location.
All good tips there. Thank you so much, Dawn. Well, for the latest on today's tragedy in Buffalo, stay connected with 11alive.com. And our Madison Carter is headed to Buffalo and will have reports from the scene tomorrow.